Yeah.
So,
First of all, let me just push back on something you said a little bit. When you say just lose their appetite, it turns out that appetite and the ability to sit down and have a meal with your family and enjoy food, that is such a fundamental part of being a human being that it is a powerful determinant of quality of life. And so
right.
losing your appetite is not trivial. It's a very big deal. And so our drug clearly reverses this in a number of chronic inflammatory states in chronic diseases, especially in cancer. But there's certainly more to it than that. If all you were to do was to take away calories, your body would not waste in the way that you do when you get cancer. The problem with cancer is the weight that you lose is just as much of your muscle as it is your body fat. And so you are literally melting down your muscles, including your heart muscles and the muscles that help you to breathe. And it is a very dangerous situation. Roughly speaking, about a third of cancer patients die from this condition. When you say somebody died of cancer, what do you mean by that? Well, they died because they wasted away. And so it is a extremely difficult, kind of heart-wrenching problem. And it affects everything from the youngest child all the way through to the oldest adult. It is common in many, many different kinds of cancers, but also occurs in other chronic diseases, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, renal disease,
Right.
things. And so Endevica has really led the way in understanding how it is that these signals of sickness that arise in your body trigger activation of systems in the brain that create this entire metabolic and behavioral program of what we call illness. So, you've had this experience before, I know, because all of us have. If you say, I feel sick, what do you mean by that? Well, that sensation is created by a limited set of receptors in the brain, and our drug is able to go in and interact with those receptors in a favorable way and allow people to return from this state of sort of weight losing, melting their muscles, not feeling good, no appetite, and restore all of that in a really beneficial way. So that's our sort of our lead program right